Bob, come on. Dear Lord.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
This is what happens when I'm not there. This is what happens when I'm not there.
Basically.
It's like the guy who's like, oh, I'm so busy, no notes and stuff. This is what notes are for, Element. It's called production. Oh, sorry, guys. Element had the stream muted. It's not my fault because I'm not even there. I'm a proxy base right now. And yeah, we were muted. Sorry about that, Fortress, and everybody else tuning in. That was, that's embarrassing. Oh, well. A good thing we didn't start a game yet, though. We're just getting started. So that means nothing was heard so far. Nothing. Like the simple things hitting an unmute button. That's spectacular. So that means I could retell everything I did so far, which was pretty
That means you have stuff to talk about again. Oh boy.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, what I said would have changed the world, Element, but now those people may have turned away and left the stream because like, what? No audio in the stream?
Bob is the modern day Steve Jobs. Not bringing the company to life once, but doing it twice.
Why would you compare me to Steve Jobs?
Well, yeah, you're nothing like him.
Yeah, I'm nothing like him. I don't know. Smart. And,
Alright, you take it away.
Oh, thanks for the permission, Element. And so anyway, we have a lot of matches coming up today, guys. I guess this is going to seem like a rehash to me, but it isn't to you since we were muted. No big deal, as we're just getting started today. We are in the round of 64, just waiting for it to happen right now, guys. There's only a few matches available in this round, so we're actually going to wait for it to go past as the matches are actually underway already. And we'll be going into the winner of M Raptor and St. Helena versus Bly in the round of 32. And that'll be happening very shortly. As I said, they are just best of ones, and that's one that we're looking for. We're likely to be following Bly as far as he does go. A lot of good players in this event, as such as Alive and Tails. Some two Koreans are actually regulars in these Gauntlet events lately. Alive we've seen him fall before, though. It was in the August monthly finals a couple weeks ago, where he actually fell to Bly. Bly defeated both Keen, Guru, and Alive in that event, but then he fell to Snoot in the finals, which is it's tough one to have. I mean, Snoot is so powerful as he is, and Snoot was on a tear. Snoot won the Gauntlet Season 1 finals. He won the Copa America, and then he won the Go4SC2 August finals. So there's no stopping Snoot, and Bly just happened to be in his way. And unfortunate for him, but he put on one heck of a performance in that event a couple weeks ago. Now, also other players in this event, regulars, such as Immortal Pass, we have going on to Art. We've seen a variety of times before. And Matiz is here. I actually forgot to mention him when nobody was listening last time. And Nefaste, Shore F, and of course I did say Tails. Tails is waiting at the lower part of this bracket too. So the main story here, I think a lot of the favorites, Bly, Alive, and Tails, but there's definitely some room for upsets here. We have Siegfried. Siegfried does pretty well. He's an American Terran player. He's actually I'm actually really interested to see how he does. But at best, if he beats his opponent Vincent in round of 32, he'll likely face Bly in the round of 16, which would be definitely a tough one for him to handle. Now, Alive, who I did say faced Bly 2 weeks ago in the Go4SC2 August finals, will likely face Bly again if all goes well for both players. Alive is on the same side of the bracket as Bly. Now, guys, this is only for points, but points matter here in the Go4SC2 Europe Cup event series. This is Go4SC2 number 610. It's been going on for a long time. And we have, last week, for example, Healer won that event. Healer is a hero of sorts to us here at Gauntlet. We were very blown away by games that he put on a few months ago. It was just a couple months ago. And he beat a lot of good opponents, and particularly he faced Keen in the finals of the Go4SC2 event, where he did fall 2-1. But we saw his play. He could have beat Keen multiple times. He's got a little overeager, overextended, and he lost a couple games just because of that. A little bit of inexperience, I think. But it showed a lot of potential, and he utilized a mobile mech style. A mech style we honestly don't see too much. You might see sometimes on Ruff's channel or something, but it's not very common, extraordinarily rare. And we have, it was really exciting to watch. Cyclone based with Ravens, and he gets all the upgrades for both Cyclones and Ravens. It's something you just don't see too often. It's beautiful to see. Now, Healer participated in last week's Go4SC2 event here. We casted him, I think we got one game from him. They made it to the finals, but we had to stop casting that event because we had to go short notice to the Kespa Cup finals event, and I had to make it across.
Joining on me, Bob.
I had to make it across the city to get to that event. Okay, I'll do that.
We got one with Poppy Joe for the time being, since the other one's taking a while.
All right. All right, Poppy Joe. Always like casting Poppy Joe. Entertaining. Wait, he's in what round is it? 16, I'm assuming? Must be around 16.
Well, half something like that.
Yeah.
It was 45 players joined, so it's gotta be like around to 64 or something. Or 32 maybe.
Well, unless you had a buy and they're starting their round of 6. Oh, did I say round of 16? Yeah, it might be round of 32. That's what I meant. Why am I saying round of 16 helmets? Don't let me say numbers. All right. So we are in the lobby for Poppy Joe and Meditail. We've cast both these players before. Definitely Poppy Joe. Meditail, I'm reasonably sure as well. And we'll be heading to this first game. It's just a best of one here in, I believe, the round of 32 by the looks. I'm just going to double check on this bracket here. It's likely, because I think all the round of 64 games are actually pretty much complete by now. Oh, one is still going on there. But we do have, oh, interesting, 2 going on, as Blythe, the opponent, has not been determined quite as of yet.
Yeah.
Is Poppy Joe named something differently on ESL? He must be. Oh, no, he isn't. There it is. Found it. Never mind, Element. This is the round of 32. Poppy Joe versus Meditail. Coming at you right here, guys, in the Go4SC2 number 610. I'm Bobby Austin, with me is Element. Joy to be here with you guys today. This is on the Gauntlet channel. Follow the Gauntlet series on Twitter at GauntletSC2. Get notified all things Gauntlet, including a whole lot of happenings coming up very soon. Season 2 is well on its way, and announcements will be coming super shortly for that. Amateur Hour, which we did recently as well. More information coming to you about that as well. All right, Element. Here we go. Finally, game number 1 of a best of 1.
Take it away, Bob.
All right, to the south, we have the orange Protoss player. It is Poppy Joe.
Good stuff.
And, all right, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. To the north, we have the red Zerg player. It is Meditail. Nice logo. What's this? Sweet logo he has.
Oh, his clan thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. That's really nice.
Team Phoenix. I like it. It's Phoenix is spelled interesting, too. Nice.
Jordan, if you're in the chat, you gotta go find that guy. That guy makes some logos.
He may or may not.
Anyways. That's true. It's a possibility he doesn't. Get that production tab up. Since Bob messed up the audio earlier today, I'll at least make sure my part of the work.
Hey, you're not blaming me for
correctly.
the cataclysmic errors like that, because it was not me. Not this time. I mean, not ever, pretty much, but hey.
One guy is
I can only be a scapegoat so much.
Calls himself an audio engineer.
But you never let me do, by the way. So if audio does go wrong, it's not my fault, since I do work with audio and it annoys the crap out of me. Well, the guy who doesn't do sound checks, Element. Oh, look at this. We got a nice little sweet hatchery here, a little hatchery block more than anything else. I don't expect him to let this finish, just to be a little bit annoying. Maybe force this out to complete for sure, which I'm pretty sure it was just to complete this wall nonetheless. And at the very least, forcing workers off the mineral line of Poppy Joe. And that's a whole lot of mining time lost, Element.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
No, this is bad news bears. I'm not even sure if I agree with sending probes here to deal with this, but I don't know. Maybe it'll just help facilitate it. Just the amount of mineral lost. I mean, and if you think of it too, if you let the hatchery finish, and that's a lot of mineral he lost. You could just take it. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to deal with this. I always hear from cats as pulling probes is the wrong answer, actually. So, because when he sees that, he feels like he's in an excellent position, and we might see that reflected very soon. It's hard to say because that's still an investment, and he did cancel it. It's still losing some mineral. It does help equalize it somewhat, but I still think, at least income-wise, Poppy Joe has the advantage there. Or sorry, rather, our Zerg has the Meditail has the advantage there, rather. And
I mean, just if you consider the fact that the hatch, like if you take away, all the other stuff. Let's just say we consider the probes and the drone cancel cost even. The fact that the hatch is done on one side and just starting on the other is enough already. So
yeah,
that's that. But there's a Stargate on the way, Bob, and we know the Stargate is the great equalizer of StarCraft.
It is the great equalizer. All that and DTs. All that and storms. All that and purification novas.
Yeah.
So I guess that and Protoss.
Yeah.
Great equalizers.
Huh. Okay. Can you block it with the shade? That's interesting. I didn't know the shade could block buildings. I know that now.
It can? I actually didn't know that either. I guess it makes sense. I mean...
Yeah, it does make sense. Otherwise, you'd warp inside the building or something of that sort. You see that GIF on Reddit where if you land the Viking while the command center is falling down, the Viking lands inside the command center?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in GSL now.
So just land a fleet of Vikings right in your command center.
Yeah, they call it the poor man's planetary.
Poor man's planetary. When did this get posted on Reddit?
I don't know. I just saw it this morning though.
Oh wow, so it's new. I haven't seen it yet.
When I should have been checking sound, I was checking Reddit.
Yeah.
Basically. If you want the deets.
Yeah. All right, Papa Joe, we've seen a variety of times before. He's a very powerful Protoss. I definitely like his compositions more than anything. Sometimes his execution leaves a little bit to be desired. He's not aware of his opponent's army positioning and gets caught in the middle of the map. We've seen that a variety of times from him. But other than that, man, this guy's such a solid player, and I love to see him play and what he has in store. Now, he is opening Phoenix here as a Protoss player. It's not a bad choice, but on a map of this size, I mean, there's not that many Overlords out at this point, too. So unless he's really hoping to... is he continuing? The question is he going to continue with Phoenix production? He's still pumping some out, but it's good to get about 4 of them at least up just to harass their opponent. But we got Spore Crawlers up in the mineral lines of Meditail so far. I think the one saving grace is Meditail's third is really delayed. I mean, I think that this is pretty late for Zerg. As the natural base is now established for Poppy Joe, it's up and mining. He'd likely take a third of his own very shortly. And now he's going to put a little bit of pressure on towards Meditail's side of the map. And again, most importantly, is largely map control is given to Poppy Joe because of these Phoenix.
Yeah, he had to make a lot of what I believe was slow link time. I can't remember now. To defend that push, and so his drone count actually didn't get as high as like it.
Yeah.
Especially because it was off creep. And so yeah, he's just clawing his way back.
Yeah, not so bad at all. I definitely don't mind Poppy Joe's position. He's just again taking that third base as I said. Going to keep it secure with the pylon, a couple pylons back, Vulcan over Russell, all available as the third base is now complete for Meditail, and going to throw up the Spore Crawler too, as the annoyance of Phoenix do no end element, as they are can be quite annoying if you're not prepared for them.
Yeah, well, they can be annoying even if you're not prepared for them.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of the point too. They're multifaceted. They force Spore Crawlers, which is not drones mining. And that's mineral invested also inside Spore Crawlers. They're also meant to pick apart Maynard workers, which he's already done. Even picked up a couple Lings for good measure, just to keep the Zerg, the drone count as low as possible for as long as possible, as he himself powers on 3 bases.
So we've got a whole bunch of depths moving out. Glaive's finishing up right away, and Roachwarren only about a third done here. I think he's in some big trouble.
I think so too. I mean, as you did say, there's only a handful of Lings. He doesn't have speed available. Oh, they do have speed, yes.
They do, but if you get in a good position, like all these drones are gonna have to get out of there or just die, basically.
Yeah. Now this
shouldn't have canceled that even. It could have just went right in there and probably got a whole bunch of damage done.
Yeah, this is a pretty dire situation. And we have these Phoenix too keeping watch. Just in case roaches do pop out, they could do some lifts if they need to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this spectacular positioning going on by these adepts for Poppy Joe. Poppy Joe does decide to shade into the natural base of Meditail and pick apart some more workers here. How many workers lost so far, Element? I am too scared to look.
13 so far. A lot of that was with the Phoenix earlier, but it's the fact that all these Lings could have been workers for the 4th or something of that sort.
Well, that's a big deal. A lot of Lings have gone down. We're seeing that reflecting supply at 84 supply and holding pretty strongly overall here for Poppy Joe to the 76 supply of our Red Zerg player Meditail. Meditail does eventually clean it up, but we do have these Phoenix still sharking their way around, picking off some Maynarding workers just as they're popping out. A little bit unfortunate for Meditail, as he cannot afford to lose even more workers. As you did say, those Lings were forced to be made because there was no roaches on the field. Lings are larva inefficient. That's larva and money. They could have been drones, which he so desperately needs. He's droning up right now, saturating his 3rd base, but he wants his 4th because he's on
if you check the resources lost right now, I mean, Zerg's way down, but he's never really had an economic advantage in this game.
Yeah.
So you can tell it's just a bad position to be.
Yeah, very bad. Oh, you're going to get some of these adepts caught off in the middle here. Well, it's not so bad considering that's not a whole lot of Lings to deal with them either.
Yeah.
A little bit of ineffective response from Meditail.
Lurker Den coming in, 9 Hydras on the way, Bob. That could change things quickly.
Yeah, if he doesn't lose his whole economy in the meantime, Element. He's going to lose the Phoenix, though, just not paying attention. Oh, Poppy Joe does.
All you need is a Lurker and a Dream, Bob.
It's true. I mean,
those drones should get out of there.
Your favorite thing is who needs lurkers, or who needs workers when you have lurkers, right? That's your thing. You clearly made up that saying.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, he's just getting shredded by these adepts. He needs burrow or something.
Yeah, just for the time being, at least to hide from them. There is no detection on the field here for Poppy Joe, from what I could see. Yeah, there's no observers. All he is double pumping Robo right now, Element. We got double pumping Immortals for Poppy Joe behind all this. I mean, he's macroing up like a boss. He has a lot of gateways, good production, getting Storm, pumping up more Phoenix, getting his +1 attack upgrade as well, just for the fun of it.
44 workers have gone down for Zerg in this game now. Oh boy. Painful.
That's out of hand. Now the 4th base is complete for Metatail, but he's not going to be saturating that up anytime soon, as his 3rd base as natural have been ravaged so hard by this adept harass. Now those who may be watching this may be like, oh geez man, Adept's so strong. Well, it was Metatail who was so far behind. He took that 3rd base, delaying that Roach Warren. He took that risk. He knows very well that even like just a couple of Adepts would have done a lot of damage, sufficient damage for the 3rd base to go up for Poppy Joe.
It's Archon, it's Storm, it's Zealot Legs. Oh boy.
It's Brood War.
Yeah, exactly.
Zealot Legs element. It's not called Zealot Legs.
I still call it Zealot Legs.
Yeah. Well, you the guy who never played Brood War, still calls it Zealot Legs.
Whoa, I played many hours of Brood War on my N64.
I guess so. There's that. I totally forgot.
Like literally hundreds of hours.
Okay, we do have the lurkers up. They will punish anything coming up this ramp, and I think Poppy Joe has to think twice. Now he does have detection. He could park his way over these lurkers rather. There is no detection here available for Metatail. He could have broken
that, but he's better to wait for some storms to finish up, and they are finishing up now.
Yeah, allows him to push up the ramp a little more effectively should he choose to do so.
Yeah.
Or him,
I mean, there's really no reason to push up the ramp. Yeah. Just go around like he's doing right now. Break the rocks down. Yeah. Get some large expanse to attack into.
Yeah, and this 4th base is pretty juicy. This newly formed 4th base for Metatail. I think that would definitely be a point of contention here. There's a lot of Zealots on the field element with charge.
Get the Immortals on these rocks. I still don't think. Okay, well, you could do it. It doesn't really matter.
All right, the lurkers for Metatail have repositioned, and they will get some pretty good damage on these Zealots element, as a lot of them get down almost all their shields. In fact, but nice spread. Yeah, really nice spread going down to Poppy Joe, though. Oh, there we go. A couple storms going down on the juicy force of Metatail here. This Hydro are starting to evaporate. Oh, not a whole lot of roaches here to support, and this could very well be the end of the game. These Immortals are cleaning up the rest. These Archons are still left uncontested.
Yeah, all the core units stayed alive here. The Zealots died, but they were the meat shield. They were supposed to die.
They were.
And look at this Archon. Microed back beautifully. Oh, dear Lord.
They're going for Ire element, and more do get warped in to clean up the rest of this ground army. Workers forced to be pulled off the line for Metatail. He's fighting and staying in here as long as possible. More lanes do pop out, but they're not long for this world. These Zealots have anything to say about it, and this 3rd base will fall after its 4th base companion, and this natural base is all that's really left here for Metatail.
Yeah, Metatail had a good opener, and I think got an advantage from that, but Poppy Joe decided he wasn't happy with that advantage and took it into his own terms, and a couple of Adepts in a dream took it back.
Well, I mean, it was more than a couple, Elman. I think he had a big dream.
Oh, no, I mean before that. The 2 Adepts in Zealot push that evened it up in the beginning there.
True enough. Yeah, so well played by Poppy Joe. He will move on in the ESL. The ESL's Go4SC2 number 610. Brought to you by ESL and and Gauntlet SC2. Jeez. That's what happens when I don't write things down, Elman. I'm Bobby Austin, with me is Elman. We're just chilling, watching some StarCraft here, guys, on this Thursday afternoon. And we're having a good time. As we often do whenever StarCraft's on the tube. I'm going to take a look at this bracket and see what's going down. As we weren't expecting to go into that match, it just happened to fall into our lap. We thought, hey, why not? We love Poppy Joe. Let's check it out. And he did not disappoint. Now, Bly versus St. Helena is happening. We'll see if they're actually in-game or if we're heading to that shortly. I think they may be indeed in-game. Well, Siegfried lost to Vincent. Unfortunate for Siegfried. I definitely enjoy his play. He fell to Vincent. His best of ones in the round 32, so anything can happen there. Alive is still actually waiting for the round of 64 winner there for DeJonas and Matthias Catbale. Well, that's some interesting.
I don't know what you're saying. These
are people's names in the ESL.
I don't believe that's
some
true.
Of the weirdest things. I don't think you're using words, Bobby. Yeah, I thought I was, but I may not have been.
Oh man, Blad's probably in this game already.
My curse.
Unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that was obvious, I think, by that point, Element.
With the length that game went to, yes. Next time, Canada rush Poppy Joe.
Although, who knows? Bly may make quick work of St. Helena. Or St. Helena might make quick work of Bly. I don't know. I don't know who St. Helena is. Good name. But who knows? Maybe St. Helena is just a boss in the making here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. that's what Element will do. See what match we're going to go into next. We may wait for the result of round of 32 Live versus St. Helena there, and then see the round of 16. The winner of that series will face Vincent. Other results so far in this match, in this event so far, Immortal Past will be facing Light, as Light did defeat King. We also have any other notables. Oh, B-Lord did defeat Wooded Microbe. We casted Wooded Microbe before, always fun, but B-Lord did defeat him, and we will face Tornado Tom.
That's a great name.
Yeah, I like that too. Tornado Tom. And then Art faces defeated Black Cat and is already waiting in the round of 16. SBR defeated Pub Cracker, and Helton defeated Zoras. And they will face each other. As we did say, Poppy Joe defeated Meditail and will face Yoko in the round of 16. That's pretty exciting too. Otherwise, Yon Blue defeated Nefaste, and Indy defeated Shoraf. So some regulars who we've casted multiple times before have fallen already, Element. That's not bad.
Oh, wow.
Get some new blood in here. Not a bad. I mean, not like they're not new blood. They are new blood, but even newer blood, fresher the better, I guess. Not necessarily true, because anything can happen in these best of ones. I mean, they could have been Proxy 3 Rexed, or Spine Cola Rush.